We are live.
We are live. Hello. Welcome.
Friday.
It's the Soul Squad Unleashed, and it's the duo, the dynamic duo, me and Thomas.
Yeah.
How are you, Thomas?
Good. How are you?
Good, yeah, really good. We've just been having a nice catch up, haven't we, backstage?
Yeah.
Not seen you for a while. You've been on gorgeous holidays to Italy.
I have. No tan though, obviously.
Oh, yeah, we're just talking about that. Protect yourself, kids. Protect yourself. SPF, yeah. No wrinkles. So it was amazing, you said. Absolutely, looked beautiful.
Oh, it's absolutely. Sorrento, absolutely stunning. Capri, Ravello, Positano, Amalfi. I've been everywhere. Pompeii, Herculaneum.
Mine does sound exhausting.
Well, to be honest, it was great to get away and a break from the norm. But I was still looking for jobs whilst I was there, thanks to Mr. Telephone and Wi-Fi. So I don't feel like I've completely 100% switched off. But at the same time, get away from your natural surroundings.
And to be fair, I'd quite happily have a little look on my phone if I'm sat looking out over the beautiful, Italian countryside. So, you know what I mean? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Back to the weather here, which is just.
Yeah, I know it's a bit drizzly today, a bit windy up here. But it's brightening up, and I don't know about you, but all the days merge in, so it's actually bank holiday weekend, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I've just seen somebody's Instagram post saying, "Oh, hooray for the bank holiday," and I was like, "Is it?"
I know, you just totally lose
track. I have no idea what day it is. I only know it's Friday. This call.
Yeah, so that'll be good because at least then there is a bit of a vibe once everyone, sort of on the Monday, and even though people are, it's kind of, you forget the days, but there's always a bit of a vibe. So fingers crossed, if the weather's nice, it'll be nice to get out.
Yeah.
So I was just sort of filling you in, haven't I, been on what was being said this week on the lives, and it's been lovely. So I'm not sure of my date, so don't shoot me. But I'm thinking Monday, Donna and Cheryl were on about how to be visible, which is just a really key thing, I think, for everybody in your life. If you've got your own business, being online. Tuesday was how to develop a growth mindset, and we had Yvette on, one of the Soul Sisters, with us, with Donna. On Wednesday, parenting with Nadia from the Tranquil Treehouse. So I don't know if you've caught up with Nadia before, but she's great. She's been in the Soul System community. She has her own business, and she guides parents on dealing with children, and also just helping and advice. And obviously there's a lot of things going on at the moment around the kids going back to school. So a lot of emotions. But I think the interesting thing with that is it's not just for the children, it's the parents, and how our emotions and how we feel, we can be transferring them or, putting them out there to the kids without even realizing it. So that's really important. As in everything else, if we feel good and we feel calm, then we can sort of communicate that better and sort of, show them how we're dealing with it, I guess. And then on Thursday, we had Sarah, and I found that really interesting, actually. So Sarah is in the corporate world, and she was talking about taking on a leadership role with a new team over the lockdown period. So they're all working from home. And she was talking about, stepping up and taking on the role of a leader within a team that she'd never met before. And an industry, I think she was saying that it was quite new to her, a lot of jargon that she didn't know about. And one of the key things she said was about being vulnerable, like bravely vulnerable, which I love that. I'm all over that. Me, and, I'm quite an emotional person. And they mentioned Brené Brown, who I love, who, if you haven't followed Brené Brown, she's an amazing life coach and speaker. And it's just about being brave and honest and authentic. And I found that really fascinating, because as soon as she was sort of brave and just herself and sort of saying, hi guys, this is me, and we're a new team and it's a different way of working and I'm feeling nervous too, then she said that they've just had a lovely bond ever since. And it's just really set the tone for how, for the group. I mean, I don't know how you've ever found that, Thomas, within corporate. Have you come across that? Or have you found leaders who have been more honest and approachable?
Yeah, I mean, I had to do something quite similar with I had a team in India, and I had to build rapport with them remotely before I could get the opportunity to go out there. And it is really challenging to do that via conference calls and things like this, video calls, because you can't read the room. You're just a face of the on a screen, or a voice at the end of a conference line. I mean, you cannot replace face to face at all. I don't think you can do that. But there are ways and means of doing it, and I think what she's done there is really good. I need to catch up and watch that from yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday, and I just love that because I found that over my what she was saying was as well is that I think she had done the last self-confidence course that Donna and Cheryl ran. So I don't know when that, a few months back. Was it in May? I can't remember. Anyway, I've done a few of them now and they're great. But she'd done that, and from the hints and tips that she'd found on that, she had then realised, do you know what I mean? That it is just about having her inner confidence and then letting that come out, but understanding as well that like everybody's feeling the same way. And if you can kind of show your vulnerability, it's like anything else, isn't it? People go, oh wow, if she feels like that, then I can talk about it. So I thought that was really cool. And I'm not clever enough to be able to plug something in here, a link. But if you go to the Now Is Your Time website, Facebook, Instagram, the ladies are all over talking about the next one. And I think it's still open, but I think very shortly, the waiting list, get on the waiting list. I think very shortly it'll be closed. But I've done that about 3 times, and every time, and I know Yvette said the same, you do pick up something different, something new. And I think because we're all in it together and people are commenting and stuff, you haven't got to put yourself out there. So you're comfortable, you sat there, you're really absorbing it, and you can just comment. But people do share a lot of things, and then you find that once one person starts sharing how they're feeling, then others do, or just hints and tips. So it's really good. So I love that. So that was really interesting. In terms of, we were just having a little chat there, and really for us, it's just been about getting that headspace, hasn't it? Getting that time.
Yeah, I mean, I was ready for a break. I've been job hunting now for 16 months, and various other things going on. So I was ready for my holiday, and I have consciously sort of stepped back and got rid of a lot of noise at the moment. So
yeah,
I've not really done a lot with the Soul Squad in the last month, I would say, because I just needed a bit of time out and so on. But I'm back now.
You're back. But you know what? And I think that's it. It's really important. And Donna and Cheryl would say the same. It's, and I can be guilty of this, it's doing it, but it's doing it with the right intention. So if you're doing anything really in life, isn't it, and you're not really feeling it, you'll go along, but you're actually not being true to yourself.
No, autopilot. And I recognised that I was in autopilot when nothing was really exciting me. And you get to that point where you just think, everything just seemed to be a task, a challenge. And, whilst I like a challenge, I just didn't feel like myself. So I knew my triggers had been met, and I wanted that, release and time out and space. Yeah, essentially. So.
No, I totally get that, and I think we all need it. And I think I can't remember what day it was, but they were talking about space, and really it is. It's just, and it doesn't have to be, as wonderful as it was for you to go off to Italy and have a lush holiday. We'd all love that, But for me, my space can be, having a cup of tea and taking out into the garden and just having 5 minutes peace.
Yeah, lock yourself away in your bedroom, read a book, whatever.
Yeah, read something that lifts you up.
Yeah.
And just something that like raises your energy, and because at the end of the day, if you're not firing all cylinders and you don't stop and take the time to, you actually acknowledge that, didn't you? So that's the great thing with the work that you have done, and we've all done over the time that you've been with the soul system. Before, you might have even kind of acknowledged that or even realized. You might have just thought, I feel a bit.
I think I would have just carried on, but I think, because I'm getting so many emails a day for jobs, text notifications, calls. I check so many websites every day. That, as well as everything else, all the notifications and emails and things that I get, it was getting a bit too much. And yeah, I think it's really important to recognize and understand how you are reacting to not noise essentially, but it becomes noise, and you can't really filter and pick out the right messages to navigate through where you're actually wanting to go, what you're wanting to do. Just to stop, take stock, and move forward.
Absolutely. And I think with that as well, something I found with, if you do get into the overload of responding or just looking or searching and seeing what other people are doing for inspiration, or and it's great, we can be it's lovely to see others doing well, but then the old comparing comes into it, and I can be guilty of that. So you go, oh, that's great, and we feel really pleased for them, but what about me? And then if you start that comparison, and once you go down that route, the old comparisonitis, as we've called it, it's just not good. It doesn't do you any good at all, and you end up just being stuck. And I think a lot of people we can all fall into the trap of that, but it's trying to. Sorry.
Totally.
Yeah. And it is, and it's we live in a world where there is so much information out there, but you've got to be able to know how to filter it. And I think part of it is finding, I know it's a bit cliche, but your tribe, but it's finding your group of people that are they're there, the things going on, and they're giving you information, but you don't have to, overlay yourself with everything. But the kind of, they're on your same wavelength. So at least what they're talking about, when you're ready, when you need to step back into it, you can, and you're kind of like supported. Do you know what I mean? Like feel secure. And then it's almost like blocking out a lot of the other stuff that is just noise and is just not gonna help you moving forward.
Yeah.
Simple as that, isn't it, really?
Totally.
So on Tuesday, I know that I think it was with the vet, the growth mindset. So what tips, what things have you learned, and what things now that you're back, you are going to put into place to get yourself back on track after you've had this space? What?
I relish in structure.
Yeah.
I really do well if I have a plan and I routine. That seems to suit my nature.
And you're running, because you're doing tons of running, weren't you?
I was, yeah. Not so much at the moment. I did 10K the first time in 3 weeks on I think it was Wednesday.
Cool.
But I've got a bit of a dodgy knee at the moment, so I'm just having to take it easy. So yeah, structure definitely, and also not losing sight of what I want to do. So obviously my first thing is get a job. Yeah. So that is my prime focus. But I don't want it to sort of consume me. I don't want to become not obsessed with it, because obviously I need to do it. But I don't want it to be every single waking moment of my day. And Donna gave me some really good advice last year when I was made redundant. She said, do not spend every waking moment looking for a job. 2 hours every day is enough. Then go and do something else, and that's the best advice she's ever given.
Absolutely.
At one point, when I was made redundant, you do get so frightened, scared. You just don't know what the future's going to be. So I was literally sat on my laptop from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed. And there's only so many jobs you can find in a day. There's only so many productive hours in the day that you can realistically achieve. So that in itself is just, the golden nugget from Donna last year.
And that is going to be so relevant. For what's gone on, and people have lost their jobs, been made redundant, and it's scary, it's overwhelming. But it's like, if you sit there all day for 8 hours a day trawling through stuff, then
you are not going to be productive. You are not going to give it your best. You are going to just tread water. You are just going to be a diluted version of you, and you're just going to run yourself ragged. And
and I think, and it's like time blocking, isn't it? It's just like putting your time in, and for anything, running a business, your work, it's making sure you take your breaks when you need them. So, you're not skipping lunch, you're not, you're getting out, and it's just saying, right, I'll have a productive 1 hour or 2 hours, which you will be getting back into now, because it's great. You've had that space, but then it is. And then if you like structure as well, and I think it's funny, isn't it? Because a lot of people seem to, I don't know what is it in humans, but it's sort of, we seem to want to resist structure. I don't know if you've ever felt like that, but I can want to resist it. I don't want to necessarily be told. So it's almost like an internal struggle that you can sometimes have with yourself.
Not so much being told. I set the structure. I set my routine. I like to have my my day planned or my week planned. If I've not done that, I can sort of get a bit of adrift.
Yeah.
And I don't like that feeling of not knowing what's coming next.
I think that's really good though, because I think when I say about being told, it's not someone telling me, it's just even me. I can have like an internal conflict with myself of sort of, well, I want to decide but what I've learned is you need, not every second of every day, but you need to have, especially in business, you need to have these blocks of times. And when I've done that, and when I do that, the day is so much better. And then the end of it, you can actually see.
Exactly. And
So the fact that you've got that and you're that kind of person I think is great, because like you, and I've seen that, and we've seen that with things that you've posted, you do like that structure. And I think that's like, it's a great quality that you've got, because a lot of people don't. And it might just seem, a lot of people just have absolutely no structure, and that is what causes just the chaos. So
maybe I'll get a job as a PA. I think that would suit me.
What other things? I don't. God, there's all sorts of stuff. But then you've done all having project management and all of that. It is all about structure.
Yeah.
And like I say, a lot of people don't have that, and it doesn't come naturally. So the fact that you just want to live your everyday life.
I think I'm just a control freak, really. Yeah.
There's nothing. I think that can. I tell you what, that can be all right.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on your own, so it's only you. You can control.
Hi, Hayley. Hayley's just online and commented. She's said, I can totally recommend being a PA.
Being where?
Depend a PA. Being recommended, yeah. Or an EA. I think it really depends on your boss. I've got a few friends who are PAs or EAs, and they've worked through quite a number of bosses, and they say if you get a good boss, that's half the battle won. But if you get, I suppose that's the same in any job, though, isn't it? Really depends on your boss.
Has anyone else been on there, or can we see anybody? Or
Everybody at the moment commenting, saying, "Hey, gorgeous."
Who's that too, though? Both
Yes,
will be again.
You, Joe. Yeah, you've done your hair. I haven't done anything with mine today.
I know. I'm just thinking. I think I've got a touch too much bronzer on, but you know, it's a bit of a bleak day, so I thought I'll up the bronzer. But if anyway,
Glowing.
it looks like I'm the one who's been to Italy.
Yeah.
I went to the lakes and it was hot, so
Yeah.
you know, we'll give it that. All right. Well, we should have normal service resumed. Bank holiday Monday, so I'm not sure if the ladies are doing anything on Monday. I'm sure there will be, and I'll probably be totally wrong. But we will definitely be having normal service resume Tuesday, and then fingers crossed we can have all the Soul Squad keeping it real.
We'll be all back on next Friday, won't we?
Next Friday, yeah.
Yeah, so look forward to that and catching up with everyone.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And it's just been nice to catch up with you, Thomas, and nice to see you in your beautiful kitchen, your absolutely beautiful home. I was just saying you've got like an absolutely gorgeous home.
I like the art print behind you. I like it.
Yeah, this is my 14-year-old daughter's. We're all goth. This is probably the only white thing she has in her room. Everything else is black. Yeah. So I've got chalk and cheese. I've got Ariana Grande type little one, and then the eldest is dark goth.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, have a lovely Friday, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and if you're on replay, hope you've enjoyed it. And I'm not techie enough to be able to put the link on, like I said before, but go over to the Soul System, Instagram, Facebook. The ladies are everywhere, and check out. I'm hoping the waiting list is still open for another day or two.
I think I saw something yesterday. I think it's still there.
Still open, is it? For the Supercharge Your Self-Confidence Challenge, which, well, I've definitely done a few times. Have you done, Thomas?
I've been one and it was amazing.
Yeah. Really. Get on there, get signed up now. There is a special bonus. I don't know what it is, but they've got a little treat for everybody who signs up. I don't know if it's in the next few days, and that is running shortly, and it is totally cool, and it will give you a real boost if you're feeling a bit lost, if you're feeling a bit wobbly, as we go into September, kids going back to school, and everyone, I don't know, September's the month, isn't it, where even as a grown-up, you kind of feel it's, you need to kind of get a new pencil case and some new pens for work. I do. Is it just me? Maybe it's just me, but anyway.
Pencil cases.
Oh, yeah. Stationery. Love a bit of stationery. Absolutely. So we shall see you later, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, everyone. This is the bit where I need to find out where.
Find the button.
Bye.
Bye.